Are you planning to undergo a hair transplant, or maybe you've already undergone a hair transplant and you're not really sure what the do's and don'ts are of the procedure? I'm Dr. Anika Goel, Chief Consultant Dermatologist and Hair Transplant Surgeon at Soul Derma Clinic, New Delhi. Hair transplant aftercare is very important after your procedure. So let's talk about the do's and don'ts of hair transplant. The essential do's after your hair transplant. The first is, of course, keep the area clean, especially the recipient area. We advise our patients to use a normal saline spray to spray the grafts every 2 hours to keep them moist and avoid any crusting. The second is you can keep your head elevated when you sleep. This will prevent any kind of fluid collection over the face. One of the common side effects or drawbacks of a hair transplant you may read about online is some facial swelling or swelling over the forehead. So the three things we do to avoid this, the first is elevating the head. The second is a forehead massage to move the fluid away from the face, and that prevents that swelling. And the third is for at least 5 days, avoid bending over or bending backwards. So these things will avoid any swelling over your face. The next is we want you to avoid sunlight. So direct sun exposure should be avoided. That doesn't mean you can't go outdoors. Lastly, the most essential thing for me as a doctor for my patients is a healthy, balanced diet. This is so important. If you're eating well, your body will recover fast, the grafts will grow well, the healing will be faster, and you will be up and at it again. So you have to make sure your diet is rich in protein, rich in the rainbow, which means fruits, veggies, different colors, and this will give you the best outcome. Now let's talk about the don'ts of the hair transplant. Most importantly, do not scratch the area. That is going to lead to the grafts loosening up. So for at least 7 days, you have to be ultra careful and do not scratch the recipient area. The second is avoid any tobacco containing products like cigarettes. This will delay the healing and in general reduce the blood flow to the scalp. The third is make sure you do not consume alcohol at least 7 days prior and 7 days later, because you will be on some basic antibiotics, supplements, and we want you to heal the best possible. You need to also avoid hot water, situations that make you sweat, or any steam, as this can also impact your recovery and may even lead to some boils or eruptions. Do not shampoo your hair for at least 5 to 7 days as per your doctor's advice. And of course, do not wear tight hats or caps after the procedure. A lot of times you want to hide the grafted area. We do give you a surgical cap, and after 3 days, you can start wearing a normal loose fitted cap on top. Avoid very heavy exercise. You can go for basic walks at the most, but no heavy exercises for at least 3 weeks. These instructions stand true whether you go for an FUE hair transplant or even an FUT hair transplant. So make sure you keep these things in mind. I hope now you know the guidelines for the do's and don'ts of hair transplant aftercare. And if you're ready for a transplant, consult your dermatologist today. Make sure you like this video and share it with anyone that needs a hair transplant or is planning to get one done. You can also subscribe to the channel and write any questions down below in the comment box, and I will try to get back to each and every one of them.